Monday is conditioning. As we know, our soccer players like to play their soccer games on weekends, but this is the out of season, so I got these guys at a pretty high intensity throughout their entire week. But on Friday, they're going for light cardio and resistance training on Friday. So let's start off at the top. One thing I do want to address before I get started is the overuse injury. Something that needs to be considered in every training protocol. So you don't want your guys, out there strained or tight muscles or ligaments and tendons hurting because they're doing too much. So I wanted to incorporate different training methods and intensities to the soccer players. So here you can see for the warm-up, I have a 1 mile run. Exercise 2 for the warm-up is ball drills. So there's a little bit of skilled practice in there. And then exercise 3 is wall pass, 3 sets of 30 seconds. I want these guys to focus on ball control and doing these exercises. Some of this is soccer ball agility skills. So, the program has to be tailored for what athlete you're exercising and you're giving your program to. So the main lift, I have lunges to build some quadricep muscles and some glute muscles. They're going for about 120 yards with no weight. So they're just gonna lunge throughout the entire field. The stadium run for exercise 2, 4 sets of 20 steps. They got about a minute rest. And the exercise 3 is cone drill, 25 minutes at 100% intensity. We need these guys to focus on their foot placement, make sure that their foot agility skill is always there and always ready. So for the cool down, I have the hip flexor extensor stretch, 2 to 5 minutes. I want these guys to get a good relaxation after doing all these exercises. The exercise 2 is for the cool down, hamstring stretch, 5 to 10 minutes. Exercise 3 is half a mile jog. The accessory lifts were Superman, side planks, and high knee. As you can see, some of this has a static hold where these athletes are able to incorporate a lot of different muscles, a lot of more muscle recruitment, so that they're seeing, maximal strength. Some of this has plyometrics, change of direction. We want to incorporate high repetition on some of this as well, because it's advantageous for the off season. It emphasizes structure and structural adaptation. The athlete's undeniably going to work under an intense condition, so they're going to see results. As for Tuesday, that was Monday, let's go to Tuesday. We have 1 mile jog for the warm-up, exercise 2, buddy ball drill, and exercise 3, pass and go drill. These drills are very specific, and it helps with the athletes, the other athletes on the field when they're working together for offense. For the main lift, I have duck walk, exercise 2, a static hold with a wall squat, and then the exercise 3 is a pause squat. And as you can see, I made this a maximal strength exercise for exercise 3 because I wanted at 85% intensity, and I wanted to get these guys some real strength in the off season. Accessory 3 is a single leg step up laterally, 4 sets of 8. That's with the barbell, whether the athlete wants to or not. The hip thruster, 3 sets of 12 with the resistance band. We're hitting all those hip muscles, those hip flexor extensor muscles. A lot of the quads, the glutes are activated, lower back, core. The stability ball dead bug is a great exercise, 3 sets of 10, because they kind of get a chance to relax, but not really. The exercise 1 on the cool down is quad hamstring stretch. We all know that those muscles need to be stretched and loose after. And the ankle calf up, working on flexibility. We need those ankles nice and flexible when those guys are on the field. And then a glute stretch. You know what I'm saying? Exercising the stability and strength in the athlete's lower body. So for Wednesday we have, let's go up here, the warm up. Half mile jog, side plank with a knee tuck, 3 sets of 30 seconds, and the exercise of 25-yard high knee for the exercise 3. So this is resistance training upper body. So some of these exercises for the main lift and the accessory lift are going to emphasize muscle force output. It's also going to be some power training because it has heavier loads, so it's going to aid with slow down movement and velocity. These exercises with the low sets and the high rep and the low reps are going to give a solid foundation and improve muscular force quality for these athletes. They're going to have, the bent over rows, 3 sets of 8 at 65%, military press, 4 sets of 6, 75%, and a chest fly at 3 sets of 10 at 80%. For the accessory lift, you have the exercise 1, internal glenohumeral rotation. That's going to strengthen the shoulder rotator muscles. Palloff press on one knee or standing. I even have it there in the description. You want to make sure you're targeting everything accurately with the percentages and the notes. A lot of that matters. So for Thursday, we have moderate intense shoulders and core. The warm-up is a lateral raise, 3 sets of 12. I made that high reps for the warm-up. Exercise 2, high pulls, which is a barbell at your waist, and you're pulling it up using the shoulders and the elbows up. You got to exercise 3, plank, 3 sets, 30 seconds. Opposing hand and leg raise. Main lift, you got the dumbbell military press, 3 sets of 10, and you got an 80% intensity. Some of this is plyometrics, and any jump exercise you guys see, it's working the slow stretch shortening cycle and increasing muscle output, because I wanted to make sure I incorporated a lot of that. A lot of this, guys, you want to know that before you construct your protocol, the specific sport and workload needs to be considered for the in-season and the off-season. The ranges of motion, the strength training, all needs to line up with the training qualities required for a good soccer player. That's just how it goes. That's just how you're going to have a good program. So a lot of this was, specifically thought about meticulously for a while before I put it down here. So the plate V-ups, the standard plank, and the rest. You want to make sure those guys are properly hydrated. You want to make sure your athletes are doing good. 2-mile run for the warm-up on Friday. This is the light cardio followed resistance training. You have your medicine ball, 2 sets of 12, and the lawn mowers. Bent over, bringing the elbow up to the hip. You want to make sure you're doing these exercises accurately. For the main lift, you have the floor barbell bench press. That's at 80% intensity. That's going to strengthen the athlete's triceps. That's going to build some muscle force output in the upper body. Then you have the rear delt flies, 3 sets of 12. And then you have the good mornings, 3 sets of 10. That's working the lower back, the hammies, the glute medius, the glute maximus. You know what I'm saying? That's working some upper back as well as you're in a static hold, holding that barbell up there. Then you have the 40-meter sprints for the accessory lift. Then you have the resisted sprint training, 10 minutes, forward and backward movement. Then we have the exercise 3, explosive push-up. Some of that is plyometrics, and I want to incorporate that because our athletes can't just be all strength training and too much of stocky guys out there. We want our guys to be able to move around on the field. So you have the side shuffle for the cool down, side plank, and rest. This was the light cardio followed the resistance.